The Fall of FTX. Every update about SBF Scandal till date. Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX, was detained by Bahamian authorities on December 13 after the Southern District of New York's U.S. attorney shared a sealed indictment with them, paving the way for his extradition and eventual trial in the U.S. He was the driving force behind the collapse of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX. His arrest marks the authorities' first significant step towards holding those accountable for the multi-billion-dollar collapse of the FTX last month. On Tuesday, Bahamas Chief Magistrate Joanne rejected the Bankman request rights for release on a $250,000 bail and instead ordered that he be sent to the country's Department of Corrections, referring to the former billionaire as a flight risk. Earlier, Bankman-Fried's legal team had sworn the Bahamas Magistrate Court that, should extradition be demanded, he would oppose it. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs for the Bahamas, Ryan Pinder, stated in a statement on Monday that the U.S. is likely to request his extradition. Bankman-Fried was scheduled to appear before the House Financial Services Committee on Tuesday before his arrest was made public. He was previously slated to testify before the panel but reportedly detained as a result of an American indictment that was made public shortly after the hearing began, according to the Justice Department and Bahamian officials. The committee's head rep, Maxine Waters, stated in a statement that the American public needs to hear directly from Mr. Bankman-Fried about the activities that have injured over 1 million Americans. The timing of this arrest denies the public the opportunity to get these answers on oath before Congress. According to several people with knowledge of the inquiry, the speed with which the government rushed to file criminal and civil charges was proof that regulators and prosecutors had information from cooperating witnesses. So, just prior to the U.S. bankruptcy filing, a letter from the executive director of the Bahamas Securities Regulation Authority was made public in the Delaware Bankruptcy Court. She claims that the co-CEO, Ryan Salami's advice to transfer client funds were interrupted by the Commission as being beyond FTX digital standard corporate governances and business practices. He allegedly informed these supervisors in the Bahamas about a money transfer that was not authorized. Simply put, she claims that since the transfers were not authorized, they might be considered theft, fraud, misappropriation, or other crimes. According to Ryan, money was transferred from FTX Digital to Alameda. The information was revealed in documents that were made public as a part of the bail hearing for Bankman-Fried, the former chief executive of FTX, who was detained in the Bahamas on Monday and charged with 8 felony counts totaling securities fraud, wire fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy to circumvent campaign finance laws by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. John J. Ray III, a seasoned corporate turnaround expert who had oversaw Enron's bankruptcy, took over FTX as CEO. In prepared remarks made public on Monday, Ray claimed that the FTX engaged in a spending binge between the end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022, during which time roughly $5 billion was spent buying a myriad of businesses and investments, many of which may be worth only a fraction of what was paid for them, and that the company made more than $1 billion in loans and other payments to insiders. Ray also corroborated media claims that FTX customer finances has been mixed with Alameda research assets. According to Ray, Alameda utilized client money for margin trading, placing them at risk of significant losses. In 2022 congressional midterm elections, Bankman-Fried contributed about $40 million to politicians' campaigns and political action organizations, with the majority of his publicly stated donations going to Democrats. This was before his company went bankrupt. Another $23 million was given by FTX Digital Markets co-CEO Ryan, who primarily supported Republicans with his donations. The collapse of FTX had already resulted in the BlockFi lending's death and had completely disrupted the cryptocurrency market. Sam Bankman-Fried has consented to being extradited to the United States. Bankman-Fried is anticipated to reappear in the Bahamas, and his attorney is reportedly putting the proper paperwork together. Other reports stated that Bankman-Fried had changed his mind and would not oppose the extradition to the United States. Bankman-Fried's lawyer Jerome Roberts informed that he was not notified of the court appearance until a few minutes before the hearing. The indictment against the former FTX CEO has been publicly available for nearly a week, so it is puzzling that Fried's attorney wanted to read it before agreeing to forego an extradition challenge. The extradition trial for Bankman-Fried is scheduled on February 8, 2023. In a hearing for January 17, 2023, he will also make another attempt to get bail.